This time on our global roundup of incredible engineering calamities. An apartment block that resisted demolition.
What have you lost it?
A once thriving mining town now lies abandoned.
It became clear that this was no place that people should be living.
An engineering mix-up derails a new bus route.
How did they manage to get this so wrong?
And a global fail that's knocking the wind out of green energy.
The tips of those blades are traveling at supersonic speeds, so friction becomes an issue.
With big builds, even the smallest mistake can be a huge disaster. From miscalculations to misunderstandings. These are the engineering catastrophes that only an expert can hope to fix. As engineers push the boundaries of materials and design,
We have a space station in orbit, but it's crippled.
every measurement is checked and double-checked with millimeter precision. But sometimes older constructions hold surprises that no one saw coming.
If it did actually fail and flood this area, those people would have been washed away.
Like this catastrophe in England, with a building that refused to budge.
A demolition like this, you've got to get it right the first time.
An engineering fail that became the talk of the town.
I think at that point, there were a lot of concerned residents.
In the mid-20th century, Britain's population was booming. In crowded cities, planners found a new solution to create residential space.
Instead of building more houses and building out, they built up.
Concrete apartment buildings sprung up across the nation. With their views across towns and cities, they proved a hit.
At the time, these were a modern solution to the post-war population boom.
But decades later, many of these giant constructions were becoming worn out, and it was closing time. As demolition expert James Bibby knows only too well, bringing these solid concrete towers down is no easy job.
We demolished buildings in major cities that were built in the 60s. These were typically built by concrete methods. They want concrete beams and concrete floors. It's been built with a high density concrete and it's heavily engineered. It's just hard as nails.
In 2016, two 50-year-old apartment blocks in the Seaforth area of Liverpool were earmarked for demolition: Churchill and Montgomery House. Journalist Elaine Wilcox followed the story.
So the story I was covering was an area where there was going to be some major redevelopment, getting rid of the old 70s tower blocks and creating green space, new housing, new places for people to go. When we arrived, we were struck by just how close they were. These were enormous tower blocks, and they were surrounded by houses very, very close.
The 15-story towers were surrounded by residential streets. Rather than a slow, piece-by-piece demolition, contractors opted to knock the towers down with a controlled explosion. Noisy and dusty, but quick.
When an explosive demolition works well, they're great. They can take down massive structures in no time at all.
With explosive demolition, charges are placed at strategic points within the building, from the central supports to the foundation.
On a concrete tower block, the stair core is typically the strongest part of the building, so we must ensure that we blow that stair core so that it fails. We'll blow 2 to 4 floors as well, so they'll blow milliseconds apart, and then you'll blow the stair core with it.
The trick to a successful explosive demolition is getting the building to collapse in on itself rather than exploding outwards. So you put charges around the building and they then go off and weaken the concrete, and then what happens is the floors sort of concertina into each other until the whole thing is collapsed.
Although highly regulated, explosive demolition still comes with risks, including flying debris. So in Seaforth, the local area was evacuated. In theory, once the dust settled, residents would move back home.
So people were gathered, they were waiting, they had their